Okay. And I think it's recording. Okay. Hello everybody, this is Emile Jarreau, aka Mr. Fat Loss, and I have on the phone tonight in a screen share conference Alan Friedhas, and we're about to discuss his journey with M2 Fitness Pros and what's transpired for him. Hey Alan, are you there?
I am here. Emile, how are you?
I'm doing well. We've just successfully managed another holiday season. How was it for you?
It was great. Holiday season. Being the first holiday season that I was actually on program with you, it's actually been really good. Really kind of stuck with things, and I've been able to manage the process fairly well.
Okay. Now you just now started your process. It's been about 6 months, but tell me a little bit about this, because this is, like you said, it's the first holiday, right? Last Christmas and last Thanksgiving, about the same time. What were you doing then with your fitness and your eating program?
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't be at the further end of the spectrum on either side. Before this holiday season, I was actually not under any sort of training, not doing anything really from an activity standpoint. Very entrenched in my job, which I've been doing now for over 25 years,
okay.
and going through some personal challenges. So couldn't be at a end of the spectrum.
Okay. Now you broke up a little bit, but you mentioned you were in it's been about 25 years working at the same place. You've been going through some personal challenges. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And I touched on that. I didn't want to get into any details, but it's usually that circumstance, that big aha moment for an individual that helps them to recognize the need for change. What was your big aha moment, Alan?
Well, it was actually pretty apparent for me. I had known for a while that I was carrying more weight than I ever had carried previously. But I do a lot of driving, or at least I used to. A lot of driving to work, a lot of time on the freeway, and driving on the 405, Southern California. You don't get anywhere fast. Of course, I wear my seatbelt, and I just have down, and just beneath the seatbelt that crosses over your chest, I saw it wasn't a pretty sight. It was one of those bellies that didn't look right, and it was kind of at that moment that I thought, you know what, it's time to make a change.
All right. Yeah, it's that aha moment. Everybody has a different one, so I'm always curious to hear the process and the story. Now, what had you been doing before that? Were you previously an athlete? What were you doing for exercise? Was it hit and miss, or how did you do it?
It was when I got out of college, it was I was in really great shape. I worked out a lot. After I left school, but I would probably say it's been a good, maybe 13, 15 years where I actually ceased any kind of activity. I mean, I'd go out and on the beach and try to play ball, but nothing like I'm used to doing. Easily get winded and really fall it days. So, it was really nothing in terms of activity, absolutely zero.
Okay. Now, you came aboard as a result of finding me on an online system, and we met, and obviously things worked out, and you decided to come aboard. And was it really a difficult change for you to go from eating what you had been eating, and how long did it take for you to kind of get your bearings with the basics, with the what we refer to as the cleaning house diet?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I worked out quite a bit I got out of school. I knew this time around, though, it was going to take a little more, just working out. For those listening on this, I knew my diet was a big part of being able to make a change that I want. And my diet prior to with you, Emile, it was a frame of mind. It was a situation where I said, hey, I need to make a change. I was mentally into it and was committed to making a change. I was ready for a drastic change in my diet. Once I started the program fully, so for me, it was drastic change in what I was eating, when I was eating, how often I was eating, and it was going to be something that I was committed to. So, because I was mentally ready to make that sort of happen.
Okay, well that's what it takes. It takes that discipline, and I think for you being previously more athletic, I find that athletes and individuals that have had some kind of military experience tend to be much more able to just kind of flip that switch and go into it in a seamless fashion. So really impressed with your being able to turn it around and stay on course with the process. Now, I spoke with someone the other night, and we kind of went through some of the things that we do here at M2 Fitness Pros, Advanced Fat Loss. And what this is kind of showcasing the opportunity for some of the listeners to kind of look at an option. If they're not close enough like you are to be able to come into M2 Fitness Pros, they can start with the online program that we have. And last year I started this system to help people with a lot of the things that I've shown you through this portal, the Fat Loss Project. And now it's at version 2.1, where a lot of the things that I'm doing with you and what I've done with a lot of the Bikini girls and my team has been something perfected over the last quarter century. And you still, right, Alan? I think we, as I scroll down the wall here and I see my pancakes, you've actually had a chance to go and experience the Kettle restaurant in Manhattan Beach and have those famous, those steel-cut oatmeal pancakes. How did you like those?
I got to tell you, it felt like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, isn't it?
Tried those pancakes. I mean, it was incredible. And, as I said, for me mentally, I'm committed to sticking with the program. I thought, if I'm going to do this the right way, I have to go about it in a way that's very different, as you mentioned, sticking to everything that you said and guided me on. And it was like I had for the first time. So, it was pretty amazing.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a chance to go through that process. And, I've had some other people online that have been really successful. I haven't put up a lot of the testimonials because I've got, a zillion things going on, but you've been able to learn how to structure your eating. You've managed to learn how to structure the training program that you do in the studio, out of the studio. You've had a chance to come up and actually get yourself set up in one of the big box gyms, but this is not just any old big box gym. It's the Equinox chain. So there's a lot of professional athletes and people that take their training very seriously. Not like, I see in some gyms, everybody seems to be pretty organized. So you've learned about the eating, you've learned about the strength training, you've been learning about and how to apply yourself with the cardio. You've also started to learn more about rehabbing some of the other things that you had on your body that were kind of going crazy. They're using some of our sport yoga strategies or the soft tissue work. How has that helped you just kind of get in touch with your body again?
Oh yeah, man. When I was obviously younger, as a young athlete, I mean, you're able to work through things quickly. You don't get the kind of soreness that you normally would get, now that you're older. But soft tissue work, doing that on a daily basis, doing stretching on a daily basis, has just immensely, not only with my body in general, basically being able to recover from the next workout. I wouldn't say, I can't fathom going to day without doing some work in that area. It's just critical. And I know for me, I'm pretty much in my body and where things hurt. I mean, for me, I've had knee from playing sport, particularly the left knee, and people learn how other muscles are that side of the body really affect how the knee sort of operates, and extremely valuable for me. So I'm not necessarily seeing or feeling that pain that I used to prior to my incorporating the daily stretching and the work that I'm doing now.
Okay. Yeah, the process, I mean, now, Alan, you don't mind me saying, you're, how old are you right now?
I'm 48.
Okay, so yeah, at 48, and I'm a few years your senior, not too many, but most of the guys in our peer group, and this is really the kind of individual that I want to speak to and about right now, is just we get, heavy into our careers. We're either sitting at a desk or commuting a lot, like you'd mentioned. You've been doing the thing, you've been taking care of the household, the family, been, bringing down the bacon, so to speak, and you lose touch with taking care of self because you're really focused on everybody else. And all of a sudden, here we are, knocking on a door of 50 or so, and we've still got a lot to do. And many guys in our peer group have just decided, I've done enough, this is it, and they kind of fold their hand. And I'm not going out like that. What do you think about that, Alan? Do you think you have a couple more years left?
Oh well, I've had a few more years, but I mentioned earlier, it's for me, it was just you need to do something, and I think that's a lot of it. I think anybody undertaking anything, in their life has to do it.
Okay.
And I mean, if you're not committed, then you're not going to get the results you're looking for. I mean, I'm a firm believer, and for me, I mean, it goes beyond, really just a health piece. Yeah, I wanted to get healthy. I wasn't leading a healthy lifestyle. That was obviously one thing I wanted to do. But I'm in no way, shape, or form ready to retire yet. I'm a millionaire. So, and I work, it's very competitive. I'm working for a major financial corporation. And, for me to have my fee and to keep bringing bacon, I need to get to my game. And the only way to really do that is to be as fit mentally, even more so physically, be at that level. I eat of whatever I'm doing on a daily basis, and it's been a huge for me. I mean, I'm compared to last year, I'm ahead of where I was.
Yeah, you hit on a couple of key points there, but living a high performance lifestyle with a career that's demanding, challenging every single day, and also wanting a lot out of your physical body, it requires feeding the body, fueling the body the best way, and getting the rest and taking the time. And you've been a good example to a lot of the other clients at M2 Fitness Pros, the younger guys. They actually, it reminds me of the story of the old bull and the young bull sitting on the hill, right? And all the young guys always want to challenge the old bull, right? I don't consider you or myself old bulls, but, watching the young guys try to flex on you and try to outlift you and do all that, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to see that and be the inspiration for them because they're 20 and 30 years your junior. And you can still bring it to them. So that's good. And that's the message that I want to have, others hear. You have the capability of doing it. Not that that was your best intent or your main intent, but it was you taking care of self, which also inspires all the others. So it's part of my personal philosophy. And as I go on in this journey at M2 Fitness Pros, me and Bea running this company here in Long Beach, is to pay it forward and be able to connect with people like yourself, and then to have you reach out and then share it with other people. Let them know, hey, you could definitely be a role model to inspire them to do it. But if they are looking to get themselves moving in the right direction, you definitely know the basic tools to get them going. So my hat's off to you, brother. That's why I wanted to do this with you, to kind of showcase both you and a few other members, but your process has been great. You've gone through, like I said, you know, you had a couple of challenges handed to you, so you've been able to bounce back and really start moving in a positive direction. And I'm sure this upcoming new year, 2014, is going to be a better year for you than several of the previous years. You're closing 2013 on a high, so that's really good. And again, congratulations on your success, Alan.
I appreciate it, Emile. Thank you, Aaron.
All right, just wanting to wrap it up here a little bit, but you know, people, if they listen to some of the conversation with you, they can find out more about us here at M2 Fitness Pros here in Long Beach. It's m2fitnessproslbc.com. You can also find us on Facebook. Same thing, my call sign, facebook.com/M2 Fitness Pros LBC, or call us here at the Long Beach office. We have 24-hour operators, 562-435-4639. We're in downtown LBC, right on Pine Avenue. Alan, I want you to have a great evening, great weekend, finishing up, and then I believe tomorrow's Monday, and we start out, and I talked about this earlier on a post on Facebook. Actually, it's right here. It's right here. There's a video, and we talk about the fat loss 7-day depletion that's going to happen right now as a tool to start getting lean, to correct all the carbs that I'm still not done eating. I have one more piece of pie and some ice cream, and then I'm done. I'm done until Christmas. I promise. All right. Hey, Alan, thanks again.
You know what, Emile? All I can say is, you know, for the younger group out there, I mean, if you can pick up on this stuff, you know, right now, I mean, it'd be so valuable for you later down the line, and understand about the nutrition of it. I know a lot of you are very much into the strength and lifting and all that stuff. And, you know, that's good, but I could never have gotten, you know, without Emile's guide in terms of, you know, what you should eat, and how you should be eating. I mean, it's been probably 95% of my, you know, improvement, how I look and how I feel. And so if you can pick up on that now, then you're going to be ahead of the game. And guys that are in, you know, in Emile's age bracket, you know, don't fold that. You know, get committed to it. You know, it's just going to give you a better feel. You know, get that confidence. You know, there's nothing you won't be able to do. So, you know, that's what I would tell everybody there.
All right, Alan. I appreciate those final words. And again, Alan, congratulations on your success. I'm looking forward to 2014, starting out with a big bang for all of us. So want to bid you a good night